Let's dance phonics dance style. It's time for the Hunks and Chunks. Are you ready? S-H, S-H, C-H, C-H, cha-cha-cha-cha-cha, buck, cha-cha-cha-cha-cha, buck. This is a thorn and that is a thistle. T-H, T-H, O-O-ooh, O-O-ooh. I love school. You love fruit? I do too. You, I, ooh. Put your hands in the air. Happy New Year. Make your resolution. E, W, ooh, ooh. That's at the end of a root word, and don't you forget it. The Bully Brothers. O, O, O. O, O, O. Look out for Captain Hook. I-C-E, I-C-E, ice, ice. I-C-E, I-C-E, ice, ice. A-C-E, A-C-E, ace, ace. I'm so good. Did you brag about it? You were an ace. I-N-G, ing, ing, ing. I-N-G, ing, ing, ing. Were you on a spring as you were bouncing around? I want you to kick a ball. A-L-L, A-L-L, all, kick that ball. Now let's spike it like a volleyball player. A-L-L, A-L-L, all, spike that ball. Car, car. C-A-R, you stick your arm in a jar of stars. A-R, R-R-R, A-R, R-R-R. I liked your pirate patch. O-R, or, O-R, or. I want more fish. Bite his head off that fork. O-W, ow. There's a cow going down, D-O-W-N. That's the way to get down. Oh, yeah. O-U, ow. O-U-T, O-U-T, get out of here, you bumblebee. O-U-T, out, out, out. O-U-T, out, out, out. You take a scaredy cat E, you take a scaredy cat A. You put them together and what do they say? E. But when you see the double E, you say E, E. It's a bumblebee party. When you see the double E, you say E, E. It's a bumblebee party. Party dance. E, 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 E. Rain, rain, you're a pain. A, I, A. Show me your muscles for that long, strong A. E-I-G-H, are you ready? The superhero of all the Hunks and Chunks. E-I-G-H, A. E-I-G-H, A. At the end of a root word, A-Y, A. Hey, do you want to play? Swish, score, hooray. O said to A, oh, I love you. And A said, absolutely nothing. So when you see O and A, what do you say? Oh, O-W, ow and O. O-W, let it snow. When you see E-D at the end of a root word, say ed, d, or t. When you see E-D at the end of a root word, say ed, d, or t. O-I, oi, O-I, oi, in the middle of a word, boink. But it's O-Y, oi, show me your boy muscles. O-Y, boy, at the end of a word. I-R-R, point to the girls, I-R-R, and you are in the middle of a word. Did you just hang 10 as you surfed on a wave? Let's sing our Hawaii 5-0 song. Da 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 da. But it's E-R-R at the end of a word. E-R-R at the end of a word. Show me your paws with your claws. A-W, aw. Who's on your automobile ride? Let's invite two people. A-U-aw, aw, ah, beep, beep. A-U-R, A-U-R, ah, 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 beep, beep. What did you just buy? Show me. O-U-G-H-T, odd. Hold your shopping bag up. Look what I bought. A-U-G-H-T, let's man a white girl. Odd. Boys say daughters. Girls say, that's me. Get that potion that gives us the funky hunk and chunk motion. Pop its cork off. Pop. Shun, 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 shun. T-I-O-N. Shun, 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 shun. T-I-O-N. Shun, 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 shun. Do you want to live in a mansion? Of course you do. S-I-O-N. Shun, 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 shun. I want to live in a mansion. S-I-O-N. Shun, 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 shun. I want to live in a mansion. Let's pull a giant 1,000,000-pound onion out of the ground. I-O-N, I-O-N, yun. Yun, lift it up. It's a 1,000,000-pound onion. Take a bite and blow bad breath at your teacher. Ready? Shh, don't you wake that W next to the R. Shh, don't you wake that W next to the R. What's it say? When you see K-N, you don't say the K, you say N. When you see K-N, you don't say the K, you say N. When you see P-H, you don't say P-H, you say F. When you see P-H, you don't say P-H, you say F. I-N-K, I-N-K, ink, ink, ink. I don't drink pink ink. I-N-K, I-N-K, ink, ink, ink. I don't drink pink ink. A-N-K, A-N-K, egg, egg, egg. I'm going down a tank. I-G-H, I-G-H, I-I-I. Don't forget the T. Pull your light cord. Ite, ite, ite. I-G-H, I-G-H, I-I-I. Don't forget the T. Ite, ite, ite. W-H, W-H, wah, wah, wah. It's a question word. Who, what, when, where, why, and which. T-U-R-E, that creature has nice features. D-G-E, what's that you say? Why have 3 letters to just say J? Thanks for phonics dancing. I hope you love the hunks and chunks like I do. Let's do it again tomorrow.
Good morning and happy Thursday. Today is Thursday, 4th of March, 2021. For today's lesson, you are going to need your Foundations notebook, your writing tool, growth mindset, and sit in the writing position. All right? Do you have your materials? Let's get started. Oh, and by the way, thank you for those of you that were phonics dancing with me. I like the way you're noticing the sounds we're working on in Foundations lessons and you're making the connections, all right? That's really going to help you when you come across unfamiliar words. So let's get started, shall we? So today we will reread, if you've already read, the story, What Sue Found. So if you already read it, what was making the noise that Sue heard? How does Sue find out what was making the noise? We will review some words and skills so we can identify the sequence of events that leads to Sue finding out what was making the noise in the story. Looks like a robot dog. I'm interested to read that story. I didn't get a chance to read it yesterday. So let's get started on our skills that we're going to need for this story. So let's play with the sounds in words. Today we're going to play a new game. We've already learned that words that rhyme have the same ending sound, and we practiced some rhyming yesterday, didn't we? So today we're going to use our skill rhyme for a game called Waterfall Rhyme Time. And you'll see why it's called Waterfall Rhyme Time in a moment, all right? So the game is called Waterfall. So we're actually learning a game that we could use any other time too. But for this time, for this game right now, we are going to practice our rhyming skill in the game. All right? So listen carefully to how to play. You are going to listen to a word that I give you. You're going to think, what is a word that rhymes with that? As soon as you got a word that rhymes with that word, I want you to type it into the chat box. But wait, you are not going to press enter or push send to send it until you hear waterfall. All right? And then when I say waterfall, you send it, and then I want to see your waterfalls. All right? And we should see, if it works, we should see a waterfall of rhyming words. All right? There's one thing you should know. If you don't wait for a waterfall, someone can steal your word and you don't get points for it. All right? So if you send your word early before the waterfall, somebody can steal that word. Maybe they couldn't think of one themselves. And then you don't get a point for that word. All right? So you might have to think of another word, get back in the game. All right? So let's see how this goes. This could be a pretty fun game, I think. All right? So let me say the rules again. Listen to the word. Type a word that rhymes, but wait. Don't push enter until you hear waterfall. So maybe as soon as you type a word, put your hands up because we're tempted to just push enter, aren't we? Self-control, self-control, all right? It's not the first. It's not whoever does it the fastest, all right? Don't lose your points. So right now, to make sure you're ready, I would like everybody to push the little button for the chat box. Remember, Mateo, we found it yesterday when we were looking for the link to the Nearpod. So this little symbol on the screen is how your chat box looks. All right. And so tap that. It might open your chat box right there, or it might open your chat box on the wall. Either way, you can still hear me. Even if you can't see me, it's okay. There's nothing to see. What you really want to see is that chat box when the waterfalls start. All right? So are you ready to get started? Let's see how this goes. Remember, I'm going to give you a word. You're going to type in a word that rhymes, not the same word, a word that rhymes. Put your hands up so you don't accidentally push it. And then we're going to push them through only for the waterfall, okay? So the first word, the word is log. Type a word that rhymes with log. Don't. Hands up. If you sent it, someone's going to steal it. We'll know when it's waterfall. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Waterfall. 2. Okay, if you're on the chat wall, go ahead and stay there. We're going to do another word. All right, you got the hang of it? And if you accidentally sent it early this time, that's okay. This is a game of self-control. All right? Normally, it's the first one wins. Not in this game, because the first one might lose their word. Okay? And if you want, you can give yourself a point for every rhyming word you get after the waterfall. Okay? So, you ready for the next word? Excuse me. The next word. The word is found. I found money. Type a rhyming word with found. Type a word that rhymes with found. And then hands up. Don't send it. Ooh, did somebody send one too soon? If you can read it and blend to type that word, it's yours. Self-control, self-control. And if that was your word, you can't use the same word again. So maybe you can think of another word, though, in case you sent it too soon. If you want to get the point for that, you got to send another word. Not yet. All right, I see a few words maybe dropped. I don't know. How's this going? All right. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Waterfall. Hopefully it's loading in real time. Hopefully we're snapping. How'd you do? All right. You ready for the next word? You probably know another word that rhymes with that, but you only get 1 point at the most for each word. So, as long as you wait for the waterfall, that one rhyming word will give you a point. If you don't wait for the waterfall, you need to come up with another rhyming word to try to get the point. Okay? You ready for the next one? The next word is boy. Type a word that rhymes with boy. Boy. I hear oi at the end. Words that rhyme have the same ending sound. That word is boy. So I want to replace the b with something else to make a word that rhymes. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3, waterfall. Shh. Did you get a point? Don't worry if you didn't. We're going to get it. We're going to do another one. Maybe it will help you to blend to write the word, and then you'll see the sound that you need to replace, right? So this is a word we had yesterday. The word is wood. I chop the wood. Type a rhyming word, a word that rhymes with wood. And then hands up. Don't send it. You're going to give it away. Self-control, self-control. All right? I still hear tapping on typewriter. All right. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Waterfall. Shh. Look at those rhyming words. You see words that rhyme? And if you see a word that doesn't rhyme, don't say it. It's okay. We're doing our personal best, okay? All right. Ready for the next one? I think if we play this game with other skills, we're going to get really good at waterfall, aren't we? I'm going to find a way to play this in math today, too. All right. The next word. The word is soil. Type a rhyming word, a word that rhymes with soil. Oil. Soil. Type a word that rhymes with soil. We talked about that in science yesterday. Soil. Soil. You ready? I don't hear any more typing. Okay. Hands should be up. Don't press enter. Self-control. All right. 1, 2, 3. Waterfall. I didn't clap. Waterfall. Waterfall, waterfall, waterfall. Shh. All right. Did you get a point? If you want, you can mark down the points you got. All right. We ready for the next one? The word is plant. Type a rhyming word or a word that rhymes with plant. Type a word that rhymes with plant. Remember, you can use digraphs like ch. I let the cat out of the bag, or I at least gave a clue. Don't type it. Don't send it. Someone just sent it. Did you see the word they just sent? If they sent a word and it's a real word, you can steal it if it rhymes. If you already have a word, you don't want to steal it, of course. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Waterfall. Shh. Did you get a point? Okay, ready for the next word? The next word, the word is dirt. Type a word that rhymes with dirt. Don't say it because everyone's going to hear you if you're unmuted. Dirt. Type a word that rhymes with dirt. In dirt, dirt. I know that this is the beginning sound, so that's going to go away. And I'm going to replace it with another sound. Type a word that rhymes with dirt. I still hear tapping. I still hear people typing. All right. How about we do a countdown this time? Hands are up. 3, 2, 1. Waterfall. Shh. Do you guys like this game? We don't get to use the chat box that much. All right. How was that? Fun? So the last thing I want you to put in the chat box is, but don't send it yet until I waterfall. I want you to choose an emoji to tell me how you liked that game. All right? Not a meme, not a GIF, an emoji, one of those little icons, right? Not yet. Not until I say the magic word. So go ahead and put your response to how you liked this game. All right? 3, 2, 1. Waterfall. Shh. All right. Great job. Everyone come back to the meeting. You should see a little thing right there. Tap it. Everybody come back to the meeting. And turn your cameras on so I know you're back. Come back to the meeting and turn your cameras on so I know you're back. It seems like some of you liked that waterfall game. We could do a lot of things with that waterfall, can't we? Teach us self-control. All right. We ready to move on? All right, welcome back. Thank you for turning your cameras on so I know you're back and I know we can move on. So let's move on. So let's review vowel spelling patterns we have learned. Remember that owl begins with the ow sound. The ow sound can be anywhere in a word. Some of your rhyming words had the ow sound, didn't they? Like found. So words that you rhymed with that should have had that sound. The vowel teams OW and OU. OW and OU can stand for the sound ow. What's the sound? Ow. When you see a new word with a vowel team OW, you can try blending it with the long O sound first. If the word doesn't make sense, try the ow sound. We call that flex it, right? We just flex vowels. We don't flex anything else. When you see a new word with vowel team OU, you can blend it with the oo sound first or the ow sound first. I think you're most familiar with the ow sound for OU, like out, right? But sometimes that doesn't make sense. It doesn't sound right when you read the word out loud to yourself. You blend to read the word. All right. That's why we have to get those sounds glued together so you can hear in your mind if it makes sense. All right. So when you were playing the waterfall game, and I hoped you liked it, and you were blending to type those words, you had to keep those sounds together because you couldn't hear the rhyme if you weren't keeping the sounds together, okay? So remember to use the flex it, not only with long vowels and short vowels, but also with vowel teams, because now you know the different sounds that those patterns make, okay? So another sound we're learning the patterns for is oi. So remember that boy has the oi sound at the end. The letters OY stand for the oi sound in boy. The letters OY can stand for the oi sound at the beginning, middle, or end of a word. They are usually in the last syllable. So we can use OY anywhere. Remember what I told you yesterday and way in the beginning of the year when we talked about OI? You and I are too important to come at the end of English words. And so I cannot use this spelling for the OE sound at the end of a word. So if I want to write toy or boy or koi or Roy, that's somebody's name, Roy, then I need to use the OY spelling for the OI sound, right? At the end of a word. Because remember, you and I are too important to come at the end of English words. In other languages, they use I in Spanish. Sí means yes. They use an I at the end of a word. But in English, we do not use I regularly. It might happen rarely, but the normal thing is that we do not use I and you at the end of a word, okay? So when you're spelling and you're not sure which one to use, don't put an I at the end of the word, all right? So now we are going to practice blending some words, and I want you to use our blend to read strategy. We're also going to blend to write because this is part of your evidence today, all right? And you may have noticed, let's take a little side note here. You may have noticed that we have not done anything yet with our high frequency words, except I snuck some into your rhyme, so you could have used them for your rhyme, all right? So you're going to alphabetize those Thursdays. You put them in ABC order. And I'm talking about not these words we're going to write right now, but your list. All right. So let's practice blending to read and blending to write. All right. So we're not going to spend so long going through each line because I want you to just identify the hunks and chunks, we call them. They're actually called vowel teams and are controlled vowel sounds. But let's just call them hunks and chunks of the word, all right? Because that's what's in our phonics stance, the hunks and chunks. So, did you already recognize this? That's either ow or o, right? And this combination er is like tiger. And I don't even have to think about that first one. So I have, tell me the sounds, this first sound, the next sound, ow, but it could also be o. And this sound is e. So this is the only part that we might flex. So go ahead and blend to read this word. If it doesn't sound right to you, flex this. I'm hearing some of you say toe. Put the two syllables together. Does that make sense? If you say oh, toe-er, does tower make sense? Flex it. What's the other word? Tower, right? So what makes more sense to you? Because you are the one that has to blend to read it out loud, and you are the one that has to hear it and decide if it makes sense. I can tell you if you're reading with me, but if you're not reading with me or with somebody, you have to be the decider, all right? And that's why we want to get those skills into your brain too, all right? So what did you think this word was? Do you think this word is tower or do you think this word is tower? I agree. This word is tower. It's a tall tower like you're building in Minecraft. So now pick up your pencil. First thing we're writing today. Blend to write tower. And when I say blend to write, this is what I want to see as you're doing it on your paper. And I'll show the screen. Tower. You never heard a space between my sounds, all right? As I was writing it, I pulled the sounds through. If you're printing, tower. That's why cursive is going to be so much better, because it automatically will smooth those words together. Okay? And your word is tower. Okay, we're going to go quickly through the next one. I'm just going to highlight the hunks and chunks, but I want you to see them before I highlight them, all right? So we don't start looking at the beginning of the word. Start around the middle somewhere. Things will pop out at you. All right, whoo, that's a long word. I can't read a word that long. That's a big word. What do we do first? Did somebody say we start at the beginning and just sound it out? Goodness, no. We threw away that thing. We're going to look for the hunks and chunks. I immediately see this hunk and chunk. Ow. We're going to always say ow first, and then we'll try O if that's not it. Ow. All right? This is actually, do you see this part? I don't think it's a suffix or a prefix, but it is a hunk and chunk, right? But that's part of the word. You should see that and hear what that part of the word is going to be. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag and tell you, but this is what we're doing. Nt, nt. When you see those two, you see nt, right? We threw away letter names, right, Mateo? We don't need them. We need sounds. All right? Where do you think this word's going to be split? Let's see. Blend to read it. I'm listening. This is a D, doorknob before the door. D, D, ow. This is ow. Blend it. What's the second syllable? And the word is discount. You probably didn't know you know that word. A discount means they give you a better price on something. So pick up your pencil. I don't want you to look at the screen. In fact, I'm going to find a way to close the screen with me still here. Like put the shutter on it. I don't know how. I think when we're doing the PowerPoint, I can do it. Okay, blend to write discount. I want to hear discount. You're looking at your paper because you have to be singing as you're making the sound. So I'm going to go like this. Discount. It's one word, but I'm allowed to breathe between the syllables. Discount. I'm listening. I'm watching. It's not about getting it right. It's about learning to identify this word when it was unknown. Some new words are unknown, but they're really not unknown if we hunk and chunk them, all right? You ready? You got discount? So you should have tower and discount. Next. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of letters, Miss Daniels. It's va. No, don't start at the beginning. Okay, I won't. I see this. You should be saying what sound? I see this. Did you automatically see this suffix? Because then the word gets smaller if we box our suffixes. And look at this, Bridget. This is followed by I-E or Y, so it's going to be sedility. Silly, isn't he? When he's followed by I-E and Y. All right? You ready? Blend. First syllable. Somebody's saying V. It's boy. And Bridget said this is S. All right? And the second syllable, less. The word is voiceless. Guess what you're going to do? Pick up your pencil, look at your paper, and blend to write voiceless. It should be fresh in your mind how you're making that S sound in this word. Voiceless. Try to do it looking at your paper, not looking back up. Voiceless. Voiceless. Voiceless, without a voice. All right? This is a fun way to practice blending because it makes it solid, and we're practicing how to blend to write at the same time we're practicing blend to read. It's not different, it's the same. Okay? I hear somebody saying, ah. We're going to use flex it. What do you think the first syllable is? Annoy. Annoy. Remember this letter here has a, ah. So we might have to get that schwa sound in there sometimes. Sometimes it's like about. So if annoy didn't make sense, flex it. Annoy, flex it. Annoy. What do you think this word is? Annoy. It's not nice to annoy somebody. Annoy. So this is really the schwa. Put these two dots up here. It's not important to know it's schwa, but it's just important to know that this letter is very persnickety. He likes to be flexed a lot. So I could say annoy, don't annoy me. But when we speak, how do we say it? Annoy. Pick up your pencil. Blend to write, annoy. 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 It starts like another, doesn't it? Annoy. Or I want a piece of paper. I want a piece of paper, or I want a piece of paper. Looks like two eyeballs, doesn't it? All right, do you have annoy? You ready for the next one? Do we have another one? What do you think? Is there another one? There's not another one. So we just blended to read and we blended to write. All right. I want to remind you that when you're blending to write, and it's not something you're hearing, but you have it in your mind that you want to spell the word boy, or you want to spell the word toy because the rhyme was boy. So if the word was boy and you want to write toy, toy, you need to keep blending those sounds. Because if you say, I want to make a word that rhymes with boy, and you think toy stands with a t, and you say ta, oi, does that rhyme with toy? No, we have to get the sounds right. So when we're blending, we're not blending the letter names, never letter names, all right? Only when we're putting them in ABC order. Other than that, the letter names are not significant or important. What is important is the sound, and not just the sound of each letter, but the sound in different syllables and vowel patterns. All right, patterns. That's all you have to know is just the sounds of the patterns. That's all reading is. That's the secret code. And for those of you that are struggling a little, don't worry. We're going to catch on quickly. You're already catching on and you don't even know it. Yes, I'm talking to you, Mateo. Here we go. And I said Mateo because I want to give him a shout out. He's been working very hard to master sound-based decoding. Just want to give him a little shout out, Mateo. So now we are ready to read or reread, if you've already read it, what Sue found to identify the sequence of events that led to Sue finding out what was making the noise. We will be meeting with small groups. Today is Thursday. I believe 2C has library today. All right. So as of right now, I think 2C has library. I will confirm that. And if you go to library, you go at 9:45. You go to Schoology. Yes, you can go to class link to Schoology, but in Schoology is your library class. All right. 2D, I will be meeting with you for writing workshop today. I have Victor, I responded to your teacher conference already. If you have further questions, let me know and we'll reconference. Victor needs somebody for peer conference. So somebody's got to get up to his level. He's on level 4. Level up. Woo woo. All right. The rest of you that are doing cursive writing, I want to remind you that in cursive writing, you do the lesson. That means you follow the link, find the lesson you're on, push play, hopefully with headphones because you need to focus. The teacher, Alice 9, wants you to blab. I call it blend to read and blend to write. She says blabbing. So especially now that you're up to the hunks and chunks, did you notice you're working with hunks and chunks in cursive? You are. So as you're writing E-I-G-H, don't say E-I-G-H, say A. All right? She wants you to blab it. Her blab is the same as my blend to write. All right? I promise you it's going to make your cursive writing strokes smoother. It's going to make your reading smoother. And it's just going to make connections more strong in your brain. So you only have to learn things once. I promise. So I'll see you in a moment in small group. It should be about 9:45, 9:50. So goal group, you start at 9:50. Everybody immediately, including goal groups, go to Seesaw, take a snapshot of the blend to write we did, and you are going to build word tiles for your high frequency words. So one of your high frequency words is found. So you're going to click the T, type found, click the T, type boy, click the T, type listen. Do you remember some of them? So you're going to have 10 word tiles, right? And Mateo and Dominic and Anna and Allison in the classroom. Remember to keep your social distancing if you play that game together. All right? Just want to remind you. I know it's fun to play that word game you guys made up, so do it safely. Masks on. So we'll see you soon, my friends. Thank you for a fun waterfall adventure today. I'm just writing down group names. Do you know what group you're in? Did you notice it's on that little yellow card what group you're in? Gabriel's the lone wolf. That doesn't mean anything except that he's working alone right now in a group, and that's okay. He's about to join forces with a singular tiger. I'm just waiting for the goal group to turn in their evidence so I can call you into my meeting. Goal groups. I'm waiting for you to call, turn in your evidence, do that word sort with your high frequency words so we can meet. Gold group, you already need to have your Seesaw journals open because that's what we're going to check today first. I want to try to help you get Fun Friday tomorrow. All right, that's our goal. Let's try to help everyone get Fun Friday. We can't do your work for you, but we can help you get it done. Do, 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 do. Yes, everyone's turning in their evidence in Seesaw. It's taking them a little bit of time because they are making their word tiles for their 10 high frequency words, and they're putting those in alphabetical order. I like the strategy that Dominic is using when he's putting his words in ABC order. He looks for a word that begins with A. If there's not one, he crosses it off and he goes to the next letter. If there's not one, he crosses, actually there is one that starts with B today, isn't there? So he doesn't cross that off. He writes the word and then he goes to the next letter. Just sharing his strategy so he can help others. That's done. We're moving into small group reading. I'm going to meet with Gold Group. Gold Group, so I'll open both rooms. We can share the same story. Okay, I'm heading out to gold groups. Everyone should be gone. Everyone should be working. If you turned in your evidence, you should be doing your fluency folder if you're not meeting with me. When I say fluency folder, I mean reading and recording and doing the questions for Thursday.